Hi, everyone. Ann Butler here, along with my creative girlfriend and business partner, Lisa Rojas.
Hi.
We are happy to be here today. We love the fourth Thursday of every month because that's when we get to catch up with a creative that we may or may not know. We happen to know this month's creative, Amanda from Pear Blossom Press.
Yes.
Before we bring her in, we're just going to catch up on a couple of things to let you know that if you like, comment, and share this live right here, you will be entered for a giveaway for next week. We hold our giveaways until Tuesday, the following week at midnight Central Time, so that people who are watching the replay have a chance to win also. So, and then we'll announce last week's winner at the end of today's Facebook Live.
Perfect.
So I'm going to bring Amanda in. She is just
okay. There
adorable.
it is.
There All she right. is.
Hello. Thanks for having me on today.
Of course. We love when we get to do this because it's not often we get the chance to just sit and talk anyhow.
Yeah.
So it's always really nice when we get to do this. Hey, Susan. Hey, Kaylin.
Okay.
So for people that might not know about Pear Blossom Press and who you are, why don't you give them a little background?
Okay. Well, my name is Amanda Stevens. I'm one of the Amandas at Pear Blossom Press now. We've got a couple. So it used to just be me. But then I have the awesome Amanda Fitterer who came in, and she's our design team coordinator and on our design team. And then quite often I rope in Amanda Isabel to help us at shows and things like that. So now I have to say I'm Amanda Stevens because there's a couple of but I own Pear Blossom Press with my husband, Micah. Let's see. We started, I think, in 2019, and we released our first product. And the core line that we offer are basically flat little flashlights to help make light up cards really easy. You can use them in scrapbook pages and stuff like that too. In fact, every once in a while I see somebody do it, but I'm a card maker at heart, so I haven't really reached out to a lot of scrapbookers. I should do that. But
one more thing on your list.
Yeah, exactly. There's always something. But yeah, so the first product led to the next, and I mean, we have other things because I've been a crafter forever, and I've done so many different kinds. I love card making the most, so I always come back to it, and it gives me the most joy, and it's it's just a small little canvas, so you can do whatever you want to it and then put it away or put it out there and move on to something else. Whereas some projects get really big, really fast, and then you don't always have the steam to finish. So card making, I think, is one of my favorites specifically for that reason. But since I've done so many other different crafts, I've touched and tried different tools. And a lot of times I'll use tools from another medium that I bring in for my card making because it's so great. And I think, oh, it would be perfect if only this, or some of the stuff that we already use, oh, this would be great if only blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So I work with my husband, and a lot of times we bring some of those products to market too. So,
and he is kind of a tech wizard, I believe.
He is, jack of all trades. He's an engineer. He loves to build things. And so even as a hobby, he builds a lot of different things. We've got 2 or 3 3D printers out there. We've got a laser cutter out there. We've got all kinds of tools. And then, then there's also woodworking. He helped do all of this room. We remodeled it. This is my garage that I'm sitting in. And it used to look like a garage. Now it looks like this is my favorite place to be.
Wow. An amazing space, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was your kitchen. I thought when you said earlier about your garage, I didn't. No. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, there's a sink in here and tons of cabinets. But this is my garage.
That's awesome.
We did all this out here. So, and he did the lion's share. but he's also an engineer, so he lays out the boards and designs them. And like our new candlelight that's coming out, that's all him. So,
And that is
So
awesome.
I can't wait for mine. I cannot wait.
I can't wait too. I've got everybody's like, "Are they here? Are they here?" I'm like, "As soon as they are here, you will
Yep.
have them."
Yeah.
But end of the month, so close.
Yep.
So for the people that don't know what your new product is, you can show them real quick.
Sure.
Because she does make lights that click on. I'm gonna make you big for a minute.
Okay. So this is a sample that has our new candlelight inside. You press the button, the light comes on, and then you blow it out.
That is so cool. And does it
look like this?
Does it stay on for 60 seconds?
Yeah, roughly 60 seconds. So you have plenty of time to sing happy birthday, but in order to preserve the battery, we did put a little timer on there so it'll time out. But we wanted to give you enough time to sing happy birthday before it turned off on its own.
That is cool.
Amazing. I mean, that is like when you showed it to me, I was just like,
yeah. I went to the website right away and said, okay, I want some of these, please.
Yeah, they're fun. We are really excited to bring those out. We saved those for Creativation because I remember the days when you went to Creativation or CHA because you wanted to see what's new and what's coming, and so this year was our first time actually having a booth at the trade show. So I said, we're gonna try to do our part and help bring that back. And so we saved that for Creativation. Nobody got to see it ahead of time.
Which was awesome because it is. I mean, when you go to those shows, you really want to see what is brand new, not something that they've had out in the cyber world for 2 weeks.
Right. Yeah.
And everybody already has it. You want to see those new things. And that's what's so cool. And that's why people are waiting.
Yeah.
To get it now.
And the other thing, especially with our products, once you actually touch it, then it's way more wow, Yeah. So we wanted to let them. There was one lady at the show. She came over. She was so cute. And, I showed her and she didn't believe me. So she did it again and again and again. And then she came back the next day, probably 5 times. And she was bringing people over with her. Look. It was really cute. So.
Well, see, that's awesome. I mean, when you have something that can just make that impact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, and you started with, did you start with your one light?
No, our very first product was designed to work with Chibitronics. I'm not sure if you've seen the LED stickers.
Yep.
And it was, we called it the Power Pack. And it's basically like a battery holder with a switch, and it had 2 big pads. So you would stick our Power Pack down, and then you would stick your Chibitronics wherever you wanted them, and then you just connect them all with copper tape. And so it was like sticker, tape, done. And that went really well, but I still had a lot of people saying, it's too complicated. I'm going to electrocute myself. So we came out with the Easy Light, and that was our first one that was really a flashlight. It's got 3 lights on wires, so you just spread them out wherever you want. I think I have one here. Yeah, this one.
I love mine.
Yeah. So it's really it's 3 lights on wires and then a flashlight. I mean, you press the button, the lights come on. You tape them wherever you want. You can put them in box cards, that kind of stuff. So that was our first product that really was just us. Like it was designed to just be our
baby.
It didn't necessarily have to work with Chibitronics. So that was the Easy Light. That took off. And then I was going to do a show, and they said, you're going to teach 300 people how to make a light up card in 30 minutes. And your only visual aid is a microphone, which is not a visual aid at all. So
No, I feel like this.
yeah, and I was just like, in 30 minutes, it's not hard, but with the wires, I know I would lose people, and only a microphone. There's no like overhead projector to say, look, see,
Yeah.
So we made the one light, which is literally just a flat flashlight. There's no wires or anything. We almost called it the easier light, but that sounded too cheesy.
I like the one light.
Yeah. And so for that show, like I needed 300, and
Wow.
the minimum order quantity is like 1,000 units. Otherwise it's just way too expensive per. So I had all these extra ones, and I just said, okay, well, if anybody wants more of these, I've got these. And they sold out immediately. And then I introduced it as a product. We ordered more, and it's become like our best seller. So I'm glad we did that.
You
but
never know.
yeah, it's necessity is the mother of invention, right?
It's true. It's so
Uh,
true.
So yeah, and then I mean we've come out with a couple others. Our Halo light is a ring of lights, and it had wasted space in the middle, so we were able to redesign the one light and fit two in the middle. They just pop right out, so they nest like dies. So we maximized the materials there, and people love those. We have the twinkle lights, which are just like the easy lights, except they twinkle on and off. And then the candlelight is coming at the end of the month. So those are our lights, but
So
I have fun with
exciting.
other things too. Our foam tape. I worked really hard to get foam tape.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, and it took
I
forever.
remember.
And it's the best ever, right? World's
Yeah,
best.
we call it the world's best because it's repositionable at first, and then it'll become permanent overnight. And I think release paper should release. It's in the name. That's its job. So, so every part of our foam tape is like a special order, which is why it takes forever to get it, and it's like a 20-week lead time to reorder. So
Don't you just hate it when you're making a card, and especially if you're live?
Oh,
You're trying to get, it's like, it's
Yeah.
only 'cause I'm live, but really sometimes it's that way all the time.
yeah. So and we're working on strips because we have the big mama roll, but I wanted strips too. I think they're a little easier. Plus, I do so many kits for classes and things like that. I want
Yeah.
strips because it'll make my life easier.
This is true. Yeah.
Yep.
Cut down on that packaging time.
Yeah. So those are in the works.
Ugh.
And, so we do other fun stuff, but I think our core line is the lights at the moment.
They
Well,
are so cool.
and what's nice is your name, because you can go kind of anywhere with
Yeah.
that. There isn't light in the name.
Right.
Pear Blossom Press was, tell them how you came up with that name. I love that story. It is so cute.
I was just never mind.
Well, if you're ever trying to buy a domain name and you think of the perfect name for your business, chances are somebody else has already purchased said domain name.
Yes.
And I wanted a .com because everybody just mentally .com, even though you hear .net, .org, whatever, .com is what you automatically type because you're just trained to. So for me, I really wanted a .com, and we tried a gazillion different names before we could find a domain that was open. And at the time, we happened to live on Pear Blossom Drive. So I was just like, well, what about Pear Blossom Press? I knew it would have paper stuff. In fact, our first iteration was going to be card kits. So I was thinking that would, press card kits, sort of, papery. But yeah, so Pear Blossom Press was available.
Of course.
The name was born.
Well, and because it's a longer name.
Right. Yeah. If you do a sentence, you'll probably be able to get it.
Yeah. If you
but
try PBP, there's no way.
There's no PBP.
I don't care what three initials you put together, they
Nope.
are gone.
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
Because even when we did Bellicraft Publishing,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted BCP or BC Pub.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like 14 years ago.
Yeah.
And I still couldn't get nothing.
Yeah. This
So,
was
yeah.
in 2014 because that was when I was starting the blog, and I was initially starting with card kits. I failed so miserably, but that's okay.
This is better. See, you
This is
never
better.
know.
Yeah.
It was meant to be.
I think so.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's, that is so cute, because then you also said you would have your stuff delivered
Yep.
on Pear Blossom Drive, and
Yep.
you were Pear Blossom Press, which is so cute.
Well, I think it's cool too because press, can relate to pressing the button for the lights.
Yeah. When
You
we
know?
came out with our stamp set, we call it PB Press.
See?
I'm nothing if not cheesy.
See? And your little stamp
I
set
love
is used on the card so people know to push or pull or
Right.
whatever. And it has a little arrow. And
Yeah.
do you have one there or nearby?
I don't.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I don't
Sorry.
have it here either. But
It's just a little 2x3. In fact, my friend Marianne, who owns the Rabbit Hole Designs, she was the one who kind of like pushed me into it. She said, "You need your own stamp set," because I carry different ones. There's one from Lawn Fawn, there's one from My Favorite Things, there's one from Trinity Stamps, Heffy Doodle. I carry like 5 or 6 of them. Gina K. I carry all of those in my shop. And she said, "You need your own, especially for wholesale customers that don't necessarily carry any of those lines."
yep.
And
Yeah,
I said,
she's
all
right.
right. So, and she was right. And I decided, instead of just being a stamp set, I also wanted a die set. And I do have the pieces of the die. The die set, in the stamp set, there are a couple different candle flames. They're just teardrops. But in the die set, here, I'll go down. The die set comes with a trap door. So it cuts 3 sides, and the 4th side just
Lift.
embosses. Yeah, so that you can fold out. I think I have one. Yeah, this one has the trap door, so that you could access the battery if you wanted. So we
love
did that.
that.
Yeah.
So cool.
And then the different size raindrops allow you to cut different candle flames. And then there's also a 3/8-inch circle, because as a crafter, I'm always looking for a 3/8-inch circle for different things. And the nesting dies don't go down that small. And your punches, if you have a 3/8-inch punch, 1, it's hard to find. And 2, it's going to be those little tiny, like handheld ones where part of your thing is always just torn rather than cut. And it can only reach this far. So
This way you can place it wherever you want.
it's kind of a random die that I thought I have the space in my die set. It's going in there.
Well, you're paying for it regardless.
Yeah.
When you're buying them, to sell.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're paying for that whole
You're
side.
paying for the whole footprint of that trap die or the
Mhm.
trap door. So
Yeah.
anything that I could fit inside there, you have to have a little bit of space around it. But luckily for me, because I don't do stamps or dies like as a manufacturer, Marianne was awesome. She's like, "Here, I'll do it." And she just laid it out for me and submitted it for artwork and approval, because they have to, make sure that it works and make sure
Mhm.
everything's spaced right so that it's not, touching and then your 2 stamps become 1, that kind of thing. So she's awesome about that kind of stuff and
Yeah.
helped me.
It's
Nice.
good to have friends that
It
know
is.
other things than what you know.
Right.
Yes.
We have to help each other out. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go shopping though. I mean, because now I need one of those.
All right.
Just saying.
Well,
You know.
don't forget to use the coupon.
Yes.
right.
Amanda does have a coupon for anybody
right.
that is watching. And even if you're watching the replay, it's 15% off.
Yes. I think it's
And-
Bella 15 is the code. So
Well, after the trade show, you did BellaCon.
I did.
So that was the first time that we got, whoever was at BellaCon got to see the new light.
Yeah.
And as you guys were talking, I'm on,
She's ordering away.
I'm ordering, going, okay, I really need these.
Yes, we were. Yeah, we had fun. Man, BellaCon, you guys are never going to get rid of me now. Even if I'm not teaching, I'm just going to show up at Julie's door.
No,
It is a good time.
we
It
have
is a good
decided
time.
that is your room.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
so for those of you who don't know me, I have pet rabbits. I never thought I would be a rabbit person. I was always a cat and dog person. I love cats and dogs. One day, just about the time when we were getting ready to get another dog, because my older dogs had passed and it had been a couple years, and I needed to just recuperate, and so my son had started kind of digging a trench behind the garage here because we were going to make like an area specifically to try to train the dog to go there so we wouldn't have landmines on the rest of the backyard. And so he was kind of digging it out, and then he lost steam after about 6 feet.
Imagine that.
Right. So then like a week goes by and little sprouts of grass were growing up in this trench. And I came out to the garage, and there's a big window there. And I looked outside, and there was a little tiny baby bunny eating some of that grass in the trench. And I was like, oh, how cute. I took a video. I hadn't seen, and then my husband, it was a sunny day and I had the door open. He comes around the corner and the noise scared her and she ran away. And I was like, oh, you missed it. We just had a little bunny in the yard. And then he went off and did whatever he was doing. And like 20 minutes later, I looked up and the rabbit had come back and she was inside the garage and she was just sitting there. And so I texted my husband. I'm like, come look, the rabbit's back. It's in the garage, And I texted my son. And so they come around quietly and she didn't spook at all. Wow. And my husband, he puts on these big leather gloves because we don't know, when he was a kid, there were jackrabbits in his yard. So he was used to jackrabbits. And she's this little tiny thing, and he kind of scoops her up. And especially with those gloves, she just was like minuscule in the palm of his hand. And she just sat there. And she was like, how's it going? And so then we thought, oh, she's not wild. She's somebody's pet. Because otherwise she'd be trying to get away and she'd be scared. And so for a week, we were looking for her people because we live right by the UCR, a big college here. So people get cats and puppies, whatever. And then sometimes they just, let them go when they go home for the summer or whatever. So we were thinking, oh, maybe she's somebody's pet that got away. And we were looking and posting every online forum. My kids went door to door. There's flyers up. And then after about a week, we realized we were her people.
She picked you.
Yep.
Yes,
and she lived a wonderful life.
Aww.
And as she got bigger, her face changed, her coloring changed. And then we realized, oh, she is wild. She's one of the bunnies from the hills up here. But as a baby, she didn't look anything like that.
Yeah.
So, so we ended up with a rabbit, and then we adopted her a friend, and then we've adopted more friends. Currently, we have 3, and they're free run in the house. They litter train themselves just like a cat, and they're awesome. So
it is amazing.
Long story short,
that's so cute.
When I got to Julie's house for BellaCon the first time, in the room that she was putting me in, she has this pillow on the bed that has this rabbit face, and he has like little glasses and the little sequins that flip up and down. So cute. And I was like, Julie, did you know I'm a rabbit person? And she said, nope.
Not at all.
But now that's my room.
I love it.
So, yeah.
Yes. No, BellaCon is a great event. And
it is.
I'm already planning for next year.
Yay.
So
it is so much fun. And at first, when we first talked about it, we were going to make it in person.
Yep.
And then we needed to switch it to virtual. And I thought, well, why are the instructors going to go and be together in one place? That seems like, we could just phone it in. But I am so glad we did that because it is so much fun. And everybody, because we're, sitting around the table and we are harassing each other.
I love it.
That's what we do.
Yeah. And, we read everybody's comments out loud, and I think people feel like they're in the room, even though, they're not necessarily. And to me, I've done other virtual events and they always feel a little more separate.
Yeah.
And BellaCon just feels like we're all in the same building, even though we aren't.
Yeah, and
I always feel like I'm there, and I'm not. You
Yeah.
know,
Mm-hmm.
because
it's
Lisa does not travel.
well, not too much anymore, anyways.
Lisa, you and I live like what, less than an hour apart. One of
Yep.
these days, I'm just gonna grab you and put you in my suitcase. We're gonna go.
We're gonna go.
Yeah.
That would be so much fun.
It would be.
Yeah.
you know.
I miss those days. I'm telling you. You know how emotional I get during that time because I'm like, I was there.
Oh, no.
Well, and I don't know who I was talking to. They seem to think, because Lisa and I are business partners, that we see each other in person a couple times a year. And I
Yeah.
said, I haven't seen Lisa in person since we filmed. We used to go once a year and tape PBS segments for Cheryl Borden's Creative Living.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so it's been about 6 years,
Yeah. I think 2018 was the last time.
you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's been too long.
I know. I know. Do not get me started.
And you can just come out this way.
I am kind of tentatively working on a smaller. I put out a survey, a smaller in-person retreat that would be called Bellicon Camp.
Oh, fun. That would be
You
neat.
know,
Yeah.
that would be small. So I mean, maybe it would be 30 or 40 people.
That would be great.
You know, because the first time we did Bellicon was at Mall of America. It was like 180 people who registered.
Yeah.
Linda is here. Linda Maher, she was at both of the ones at Mall of America.
Nice.
But
Yeah.
so I'm thinking just smaller and just a couple teachers
Mhm.
and just because I miss in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's definitely something different when you get to, just sit next to each other and
Yeah.
talk. And then,
Mhm.
Even when we weren't on camera after hours, I don't know, like we'd stay up till 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, cracking wise. And it's just
Oh, boy.
nice. So
Yeah, it is. I mean, I think that bonding time is important. And while people aren't at the event for the way we have it right now, it's like you said, I think they feel like they are because their questions are being asked. And, it's not like
It's all instant.
on here sometimes we might not answer a question until after the live because we didn't catch it, but we have all
Right.
these people looking.
Yeah.
And it makes it nice.
yes.
Um,
And
'Cause it's
when
just-
you have all of the different instructors from different types of crafts, your instructor is doing it and it's beautiful, and everybody else who's playing along at the kitchen table is like, wow, mine doesn't look anything like that.
no.
It's
Yeah,
just
sometimes that
like,
happens.
yeah.
But it's good to learn other craft because you can always take something
Oh
and
yeah.
incorporate it into what you love to do,
Yep.
Exactly.
or you discover, hey, you really like mixed media and you can do it all.
Mhm. Or you're like
Nice.
me and you just absolutely have to have that jewel loom.
I ordered another one.
oh.
I
I'll
knew
show
it.
you.
I knew it. I knew she was going to do that.
See,
I
happened.
knew it. She's
I have
there.
it all strung and everything.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Nothing's on it yet but my string. But
Is that the moon goddess one?
yeah,
I was looking at that.
yes. I mean, it was like the
Same.
right size for what I see in my head.
Oh God!
So I
They're
thought,
fun.
I just,
All
and then
right,
I had
you
to order
only,
more
you only
beads.
have like 6 now. True. It's true.
1,
Ask her.
2, 3, 1, 2,
She's counting.
4.
5, 6.
I think I might have 9.
Oh, okay. See.
Well,
Well, okay, so I had the blue one, the original one,
right.
Yeah.
and then she had it on special where you got the little mini one too. I thought, the mini one would be really cool for when my grandkids come over.
Right.
Well, I bought one, but then I bought another one because I thought, well, I'm going to have a couple little girls here at a time, you know.
And
then I got
sometimes you start one project and you run out of steam before you want to start the next.
well,
that
you
would
know,
be
or
really
if you're
cute.
demoing, you want to show it on the loom,
Right.
and then somehow
And
take
then
it
your work
off.
in progress.
You're right.
I knew you were going to get another one. I knew it. Oh my
Oh,
God.
it's so pretty.
They
I mean,
are.
Oh,
look,
just
look
a
at how
dumb
big
mess.
that space. Well, and I have the big one, like
Yeah, I was gonna
4-inch
say.
one. But you would waste a lot of your warping
Right.
if you only want something
Small
small.
area. Yep.
Oh, jeeper crowds.
Angels in business.
Oh,
All of us, right?
yep.
Well, you know, we got to help each other out, right?
That's exactly right. That's
Raylene
why
said,
I'm
"I
going to be
bought my
on your
blue loom, so you
website
need to
when
order
we're
another
done.
one."
I had no idea about the twinkle lights.
Oh, yeah. They're fun.
I haven't been on the website for a while, so I haven't seen it. Well, except for when I ordered.
Really quickly ordered during the event.
Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't explore around. You might as well put your order in and go ahead and order the tape so it all comes at once.
Yeah. There you go.
You can hold your order so she only has to ship it once.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until the candlelights come in. Add whatever you want.
yay. Yeah. I heard twinkle lights, and right away my brain started going. I'm thinking, twinkle lights.
Yep.
Because do you remember the really pretty shadow box that I did,
Yes.
the Christmas one?
Yes.
You know, because I wanted to show our readers and viewers a different way to use them besides paper.
Right.
You know, check this out. You can do it this way. And oh my gosh, when I got them and I started working with them, it was the most simplest thing ever. I was expecting having to read, you know, like a lot of instructions, which I absolutely hate. My husband drives, I make him crazy because I do not read instructions. I just kind of
Just wing
go
it.
with the flow.
That's usually guys who do that.
I know, right? It's like, why am I going to waste my time doing that? But it was they were all so easy.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
I
I was
just-
like,
I
oh, Amanda,
wanted
you
to
are my
make
new
it-
best friend.
Yeah, I just wanted to make it so you can spend time on the fun part, you know? Just
Yes.
make it, just slap it down and cover it up, you know? That's all you
Yeah,
really have
because
to do.
before you couldn't really add lights, especially to cards. You know, you could get the long strands that have the battery packs on them, you know, like twinkle lights.
Right, right.
How's that going to work on a card? Exactly.
It's a card box.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
No, I love, you know how much I love my lights.
Well, thank you.
I did.
I'm glad we got it across in a good way.
Yeah.
So Dorothy is
Amazing.
wondering, what is this about twinkle lights? Do you have one there?
Yeah.
That you can share?
See, all right, Dorothy, we are
Okay.
on the same
Here.
level, girl.
So this,
Oh, I love that.
Oh my goodness, that's so cute.
and then I'll show you, I did one other one. I was on Craft Roulette, or this was a Craft Roulette card. And
Oh my gosh.
so I cut one off. So there's only 2 of them in there. But then I saw another girl on my design team. She actually used the same thing. We days apart. She hadn't seen mine and I didn't see hers. We didn't know we were doing it. And she didn't cut any of them off, and she put all 3 behind there, and hers looks even better. So I wish I had seen hers first.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so they
Twinkle
like
lights.
twinkle.
Somebody had put in here, they saw you and your daughter on Craft Roulette.
Yes. So Craft Roulette, and you were on Craft Roulette. It's a lot of fun. It's just a live card making game show every Friday night. And the host always brings in a guest crafter. And at the beginning of the month, all month long is Mother-Daughter Month for May. And so the beginning of the month, my daughter Kelly and I kicked it off, and I don't know what I made for that show. But we had a lot of fun, and Craft Roulette's always fun. You never know what you're going to make. And I'm so busy doing like the business part of
Yeah.
everything now that, and especially since we brought on a design team, I can step back and do some of the more administrative things, and I don't necessarily have as much time to play. But I try to play craft roulette every week just so that I stay in my hobby. This is why I started. This is why I love it, and I don't want to not do it. So, I don't want to get so busy that I can't do the best part of it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
you can't.
The reason we love our jobs.
Yeah, exactly. I was just telling Rich that the other day.
Yep. Yeah, it's
it's true because oh man, I worked as a nurse and although I loved my work, there's no way after I got sick that I could have stayed. So, this just makes my life so much happier.
good.
Wow. And you should do things that make you happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right?
right?
And crafting should be fun. And I think last week, I think I sponsored, so she was able to just do whatever she wanted.
Oh, nice.
She didn't have to worry. And then like this week, that's why I like interviews, because I am preparing for all of my children to be here this weekend. So I'm cleaning and cooking and doing all the things.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't have to worry about making a project for this.
It does give us a little bit of a break.
Mm-hmm.
So, we can play if we want to, if we don't have other things to do, like the magazine or whatever. But,
right.
Well,
and when you're presenting a card, like teaching, there's so much more. It's not just design it once and be done. You design it, you're considering the products that you're using. Sometimes you need to focus on them for like design team or what you guys are doing, showing specific companies. So then you really have to focus on that. And then you have to make step outs and, that kind of stuff. So it's never just one and done, put that away when you're going to present as in a teaching format. So, and then you have to photograph it, and then you have to edit the photos, and you'll lose 2 days easy. And then you publish it, you gotta, then you have to repost and all the things. So
I mean, Ann and I talk about it a lot about how much we used to love when we first started, because we would make the product, the project, write the instructions, and send it off, and we were done. That's it.
Yeah.
Waiting for our check, $500 for a keynote card.
Right.
Yeah. Because you got paid from who bought it, but then you got endorsement checks from all the companies whose products you used.
Yeah. So
it was
like $500 some for a card back then.
Right. Yeah.
Now it's like exactly what you just said. We do it all. And that's one of the things that when Ann and I started Bella, that brought, kicking and screaming all of the way. She drugged me because I had to go through social media. I don't care for social media because social media takes time away from my creativity. So it annoys me. Yeah. But I've had to learn, okay, you got to, squeeze out this much time to do this, and then you got this time over here. It was just so much easier.
Yeah.
But, we still love it though, right? It's not,
it's just expanded. Well, which is why I love the events, because then we really get to do what we love. Although during BellaCon, I don't actually teach anything.
Well, you're going to be hosting. That requires constant effort. And
she was going to do a workshop for this last BellaCon. I was like, "Are you insane?
A little bit.
You have 50,000 things you have to." No.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I thought if I do BellaCon camp,
you can make
I can teach.
I was just in Ohio to teach at Create, and we were doing make and takes. And last year I did a bunch of the Stampin' Scrapbook Expos. So I traveled all over, and that was a lot of fun, but it was a lot of work because every show took 3 or 4 weeks to prep because we made so many kits. And when I say we made so many, it was myself, my daughter, sometimes some of her friends, and then another lady that I pay to come in and help me package and things like that. But nonstop for weeks, you know,
Yeah.
and we take over the whole house. And, you know, you need work zones, and then you need like big tables spread out so that you can put everything in the kits. But then when I go to Expo, I love doing that. I love talking to people. I really do. But I never get to do the make and takes anymore because I have to be on in the booth, you know?
Yep.
So I always
Yep.
have other people doing the make and take, which is great. But when I went to Ohio, I got to do the make and takes. I didn't have to do anything else except do make and takes for like 2.5 days.
Nice.
And it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And it was neat to just, you know, be like almost one-on-one crafting with people.
Yes.
So it was awesome. I enjoyed it
Yeah,
a lot.
working shows like that are fun. They're, you know, as long as you have a little bit of downtime. I mean, and from the time her feet hit the floor, you don't see her again until we're all done, ready to go home.
Mhm.
You know?
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, you go ahead and do that. I'm just gonna go back to the hotel and rest for a while because
Yep.
I can rest when I get home.
Yeah. When I come home from an event, it's like a day or two at least. I always
Oh,
think,
yeah.
okay, on the plane home, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And when I get home, it's only going to be 4:00. So I'll have time for this tonight. And then by the time I get there, I'm wiped out. And then I'm wiped out the next day and sometimes 2 days where I'm
Yep.
just like, I didn't do anything except have coffee and check some email.
Yeah.
But
I know it makes it, you know, but we love our jobs. I have some questions or comments start. Okay, so
Yep.
Kaylin got her package of the world's best ever foam tape. Shipping was so fast. Ordered it Thursday and headed on Monday. Nice.
awesome.
Wow.
That is good because you're in California and she's in North Dakota.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try
Wow.
to ship it out as fast as I can.
Well, right.
I know, right?
Kaylin said virtual events have their place, but in personal experience, it's so much nicer and a more personal experience. But in person is, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's true. I mean, and
Yeah.
the first 2 BellaCons were in person, and then COVID and everything. And then
Yeah.
last year was going to be in person, but so many people asked for virtual. Well, they asked, can you do virtual too?
Right.
And I'm like, no,
One or the other.
no, I am
Really
not.
hard to do both.
I run around enough. I am not going to be filming everybody
Right.
and making sure I got it was like, but I love the way it's set up. So it worked perfect.
Yes.
It's a great balance. If we can't do it in person, it's the next best thing.
Yeah.
Great.
That's how I feel.
Sorry you missed Lisa's live earlier. When we do an interview, we only this is the only live we do that day. So you didn't miss her live. So that's a good thing. Linda says she loves your lights.
Oh, thank you.
You know,
Ordering, I'm telling you. Website's already up.
Dorothy said, I have now made 2 cards using the lights that I got from Pear Blossom Press. So much fun.
See, and weren't they easy to use, Dorothy?
And she
They
has
were,
to put the
totally.
twinkle lights on her wish list.
Yep.
And Susan says, thank you for all the hard work you do so we can just play all the time. Well,
Yeah.
you know,
How nice is
everybody
that?
should be able to play, you know? I mean,
Yes.
yeah, I think so.
So important.
And then Dorothy says, I do better learning in person and teaching in person too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own. The advantage of a virtual event is you can go back and rewatch.
Yes.
The other thing is we do a down cam so you can see the instructor's hands, what the instructor is doing.
Yep.
Sometimes when you're in person, sometimes there's an overhead, but a lot of times the instructor's
There's
kind of
not.
walking around. And
Yeah.
I know I usually am walking around and I try to get to each person, but sometimes it goes a little bit slower because you're stopping to help this person with this part and then this person and then this, you know, and if
Right.
you were watching on the overhead, then you've already done it. So it can move a little faster.
Yeah. It's so much easier.
Yeah.
It's true. I mean,
to
yeah,
follow.
it's
Yeah.
you know,
Sometimes
Yeah.
at where were we? At Creativation, we had a class with like 25 people, and we just did one card, and it still took a whole hour.
Yeah.
Because it was, you walk around and nope, that's upside down, or
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's true. I mean, I think they both have the pros and cons.
right.
Yep.
And I love learning no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
As long as I
So
don't have to read directions, I'm good.
Yeah.
As long as I can see
I
it.
can watch the directions.
Yeah.
The other night when we were in Ohio, so I was sharing a room with Tanisa, who owns Trinity Stamps, and Marianne from Rabbit Hole Designs, and the three of us were in the room. And Marianne had brought colored pencils for one of the workshop classes that she was doing, the make and take she was doing, and she had a pencil sharpener that she had just ordered, and she opened it and she said, "How do you?" Like it's small. I can't figure out how to get the lid off so you can empty the container. And the three of us, I think it was like 2:00 in the morning at this point, we had to watch a video to see how to take apart this darn pencil sharpener. And so Tanisa and I first we're like, just read the instructions. It comes with instructions, There were no instructions. So then she throws it
not.
to us. And so we're like, well, then it has to be easy. And then we find a video, and Tanisa and I are like, we had to rewatch it 3 times because we're just joking. And every time he actually did it, we missed it because we're laughing. Oh man, it was nuts.
Oh, yeah.
You need instructions for pencil sharpener.
Oh my God, that's too funny.
Yes.
Because we've all been there.
Yep.
Oh
Parents said,
man.
never do anything mechanical at 2 a.m. Well,
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
All we were trying to do was open a pencil sharpener.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. Some of
You
my
should talk to
best
Mary
ideas
Ann.
come at 2 a.m.
You should talk to Mary Ann about doing a live for us. We haven't done Rabbit Hole, right?
No, we haven't.
No.
We lost your sound.
Oh no.
It's like okay. She's getting her battery.
Yep.
Her battery fixed.
So
Now.
cute.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, good. Sorry. I have a second one.
Just in case.
Always be prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm sure Marianne would love to come and do it. But she would probably do it from here because I have the setup, and she's always just like, I don't want to do it. And she's afraid to be alone in the room doing it, I think. So
Well, she doesn't have to do that. She could just send the stuff to us and
Oh,
we'll
for
do
us
it.
to do a live is what she's saying.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
sponsor a
sure
live.
she will. I'll tell her.
Yeah, it would be fun. That's a whole new company.
So, is there anything else you want to share with you have your cards down there?
Oh, you know what I do want to show here? Let me go.
Yes.
So Kathy Rakusin from the Daily Marker, she has her top 10 coloring tips, and we worked with her to make these bags that are they just slide down, so the whole
my.
markers,
So cool.
but they're a cup, and then when you're ready to go, they just slide up.
Wow.
We have been sold out of these for some time. It took forever to get them back in stock, but they'll be here, I think, next week also. So
Nice.
these are coming back in stock. So I'm very excited to have those back because I have like about 100 people on my email list that are, when are they coming back?
I remember when you had those and they were gone and you didn't know if you could get any more. So I'm glad
Well,
they're back in.
Yeah, we had issues with having them made. Not horrible, but like the shipping and stuff like that, because they are bags and then they're kind of big and heavy. And so the shipping, they send them by sea rather than by air, because otherwise it would cost $1 gazillion.
Yeah.
And then
Even by sea nowadays, it costs a pretty
Yeah.
penny.
Yeah.
So we ran into a few issues, but then we had them and they were doing great. And then I was getting low and we're, going to reorder. And I said, okay, just let me know. Cause anytime Kathy would show them, I'd get a deluge of orders,
Yeah.
But she went on a live with Jennifer McGuire and Gina Kay and Christina Werner, and I only had like 10 in stock. And yeah, and so then everybody was like mad at me. 10 seconds and I'm like, what is going on? All ping, 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 I
love
didn't
that
know.
sound.
Yeah.
So, but so they're back. Well, they will be. They're en route. They should be here in a couple days. So
So it won't
That's
take long.
awesome.
yeah.
You have got some great products, girl.
Oh, thanks.
You do.
Like I said,
Yeah.
I'm a crafter, and I think this would be awesome if only, or this would be better if only. Like that bag, I didn't invent the bag at all. I just said they're pencil bags like that. Wouldn't it be great if there were marker bags like that? They just
Yeah.
needed to be bigger and taller. So, we designed it. We went around and around a couple different sizes and that kind of stuff. And then I talked to Kathy and I said, can we license, do you want to work together, license your top 10 coloring tips to put on the bag? And she loved the idea. And so, that's where that came from. So
Susan asked if you would carry them in other patterns.
yeah. So actually,
Okay.
so we've been working, we had sold several thousand of these. So I wasn't going to reorder this particular style again. We were going to change the style. And Kathy has been working on a couple designs, but her grandbaby, she has twin grandsons that were born like a month early. So as we were coming up and she was like, working on the artwork for it, they arrived early and she's like primary care for them.
Yeah.
So she spent, the last, I think about a year, and she's, imagine one little toddler as your, but twins. That occupies a large portion of her day. So the answer is yes, but I have put zero pressure on her for getting artwork because she's got bigger things to do in life right now.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah,
happens sometimes.
she'll let you know when they're available.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And her concept art, like what she sent over to start with, is really cool. So I like it. I think everybody else will too.
Yeah, we'll have to put links in here.
I did put Amanda's website in.
And right now, if you order, you get 15% off if you use Bella 15.
I think it was Bella 15.
Okay.
Let me look.
All right.
Yep. So Susan said, no pressure, babies come first. Yes, they do.
Yeah,
Babies and family.
absolutely.
Yep. Bella 15.
Yeah.
It's on the graphic on our page.
Yep.
So
thank you so much, Amanda.
Oh, thank you.
Appreciate you taking time out of your day.
Of course.
To come and be with us and share your products and just your happiness.
Oh, well, thank you.
It's so nice to.
I love hanging out with you guys.
And I'm going to go order. Yay.
Oh, all right. Well,
and I probably will forget the 15% off because I did that recently. I ordered something and Anne's like, did you put the coupon code in for 10% off? I went, yeah, no, I forgot.
well,
it's okay. So excited to order.
Yeah.
Well, it happens. I do the same thing sometimes. But.
Oh, yeah. Especially when it's something I really want, or my mind is just going with all kinds of cool stuff that I could do with it. It's like, I got to have it now.
Yeah.
How long is the coupon code valid for? Dorothy is wondering.
A week.
Yeah.
Week. So until midnight next Tuesday.
Yep. That's it.
So,
all right. Thank you, Amanda.
Oh, thank you
much
guys.
fun seeing
I
you
appreciate
again.
Yes.
Good to see you guys too. It's fun catching up.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. So head over to Amanda's website and buy some of those cool lights. I'm telling you, they're so easy. You will love them. Trust me.
And she has tons of videos.
Yes.
Yes. So, and you can watch some of ours.
Yep. Because I've done a few projects with the lights. So yeah.
Awesome.
Check it out.
And last year I created a super, super cute tag.
Yes.
You don't even have to do a card.
Did.
So
that was a cool tag. I loved that one. Are you
Yeah.
talking about the ornament one?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. All right.
I'm
So,
reading
okay,
the comments
guys.
at the same time.
Yeah. Well, we are done for this week. Like I said, make sure you go check out Amanda's website.
Yes.
And we will see you next week. We've got 2 lives next week
Yep.
at noon and 2.
She always has to do the math in her head. Central time.
I just went through this with Amanda. I'll tell you about it later. Yeah, that's Central Time. Okay, you guys. So until then, you
Take
guys
some
know what to
time
do.
to craft.
Yeah, because it's good for your soul.
Yep.
It
We'll
really
see
is,
you all
you guys. Take
next
care.
week.
Have a great week.